Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharyamध्यamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. For next few days, till 22nd, I'll speak on Kailash. I'll start with what has happened in me because of this Kailash Yatra. First thing I want all of you guys to know, Kailash is not a place, it is a statement. It is a statement by the cosmos. First thing happened in me because of this Kailash Yatra, my shyness to talk, express mystical things has disappeared. I always used to have a certain shyness. See, about logical things I'll speak very freely. Do this yoga, this will happen to you. Do this meditation, that will happen. Have neem juice, your stomach will be healed. These are all logical things. I always be very comfortable in talking about logical things. Unclutch from your thoughts, you will be out of depression. Do little yoga, you will not have back pain. These are all logical. I never used to feel shy to talk about logical things. But I always used to have certain kind of a shyness to talk about mystical. Before talking about the mystical things, I'll look around whether all the people who are feeling connected with me, will they respect what I am uttering? I'll see all this usually before I start talking about mystical. My shyness to express mystical things has disappeared. Even when people levitate, when I make people levitate, when I awaken their kundalini, when I materialize, I look around and see whether at least majority are people who are feeling connected. Even the other few may not understand, will not at least criticize. I'll ensure. I'll always feel shy to express this mystical things. After seeing Kailash, I thought, oh God, what a wonder, mysterious wonder is being expressed so physically, plainly. What a statement delivered by the cosmos in stone. Kailash is a live telecast in high resolution of the ultimate mystery in stone. Here is Mahadeva telecasting his mysterious glory live in stone. That is why I am telling you, Kailash is not a place, it is a statement, my Mahadeva. It is a statement by Mahadeva. When you see Kailash, Shiva is telling, hey, understand the extraordinary mystical glory of a guy who is residing in it. It's a statement. It is not just a place. I will sincerely recommend anybody who has an eye to see, even if you don't have legs, hands, you have only eyes, nothing else is working. Don't miss seeing Kailash. I never thought in my life I'll be forced to believe there is something more glorious than Arunachala. But I have to tell you, I have to accept the truth. Because Arunachala is placed geographically inside the country India, I chose Arunachala to take birth. Because politically conducive atmosphere, religious ambience, non-interference of the political system into religion. And you let me take this chance to greet all of you and convey my best wishes on 64th Indian Independence Day. Today is the day India had independence from British. But I wanted all of you to know, still we have to go long way as a country. We have done so many wonderful things, but still we need to do many more things. Politically, Arunachala is in India, which is more conducive place. And people do live here. Transmission of knowledge is much easy. That's the reason I chose Arunachala. If politically Kailash was inside India, the ambience was conducive, no doubt I would have chosen Kailash. As I said, it is a statement. It is not just a place. God. It just penetrates you and fills you. I'll really tell you. If you have only eyes, nothing else, even then, don't miss. Don't miss. See Kailash. Somehow go there, have darshan of Kailash. I tell you, from my experience, there was a time, even I felt, I may leave the body. My body may not be able to handle it. But I did not come back from Kailash. From my yatra, I decided I'll make a will. There is a video recorded will, my will. I only dictated my will, but I've decided I will only have darshan, then I'll come back. Not before that. I was ready to put my life and this huge Sangha, which is a consolidated energy of thousands of lives and future for millions of lives, if not billions. I was ready to put even this at stake, just for the darshan of Kailash. Even now, if I get 10 more days, I'll feel like going once more. Really. The moment I came back, first thing I told our administration team is, hey, try to have some place in Kailash, because now the China government is open and it has allotted place for 2 Hindu gurus already. So we have decided, of course, Mahadeva has decided, he has ordered his blessings. We are going to have a Pandya style Kailash Nath temple in Kailash. The stone deities in Pandya style. there was a beautiful temple few thousand years ago in Kailash, and some great saints and a king who went from Kanchipuram to Kailash to have darshan of Kailash Natha, they saw the temple. When they came back, they built the replica of the temple in Kanchipuram. So based on that replica, we will build the original temple back in Kailash. God, what a place! What a place! Now I know why thousands of seekers taking so much of struggle, suffering, go there. Of course, fortunately by divine grace, our group did not have any suffering. They don't even remember they had even a small discomfort. And Mahadeva was always listening to our prayers. The moment I say open, the cloud opens and he gives darshan. And all I said is just for next 3 days till we go back, no cloud and no cloud. All those things I will describe later on when I describe the whole itinerary with video recordings. What a place, God. It is a shameless statement by Mahadeva about his glory. That's the right word I'll use. Shameless, mystical statement. Shameless bragging of his pride. By Mahadeva, by Sadashiva. Otherwise you can't express such a glory in stone. I want all of you to know, the center Kailash hill is a single stone. It is not the collection of sand, stone and all that. No, it's a single stone. Single stone of that size. Standing, it has to be standing on only on stone. It cannot be standing on a sand because it will start sinking. Then the whole thing is stone. Means what is seen outside is only 20%. At least 80% is there inside as a foundation. Inside there is a huge city. It is a hollow hill. Inside there is a huge city in the 4th spectrum level, means Turiya level, where I saw Mahadeva in Samadhi with more than 1 lakh Jivan Muktas sitting in Samadhi around him, reflecting him, radiating. It is like an atomic power station. What a glory. Rishis, Kinnara Kimburudas, Gandharva Yakshas, Bhakta Dasas, Siddha Yogis, Vedanta Sannyasis, some of them even from people who practiced other traditions. Appalum Adisarandar. means from Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism, Kubera, Indra, Agni, Yama, Nairuti, Vayu, Varuna, Ishana, Kalabhairava, all of them are just in samadhi, in the eternal self-effulgence. Mahadeva and Devi, exactly as I sculpted as Anandeshwara, Anandeshwari in our temple, just sitting, the extraordinary glory shining. It is a formless self-effulgence, but expressing playfully in the form the glory. In my life, I never had tears of ecstasy in my eyes. Because Ramakrishna says only if in a small pond, if elephant enters, it will overflow. In ocean, if elephant enters, ocean will not overflow. I always used to think I am a ocean. Any amount of ecstasy and emotion enters into me, I never overflow. Even enlightenment did not make me overflow. I said, all right, get in. Next. Even realizing I am an incarnation did not make me overflow. I said, okay, next. But this Kailash, first darshan, made me overflow. In Tamil there is a beautiful verse. Kadalagi kasindu kannir malgi Odu Vardamai Nanneriku Vipadu. Means in the extraordinary love, melting and tears flowing. I don't know when the ecstasy happens, how your body responds. All the time, 24 hours, I am in that ecstasy. But never ever it overflowed in this body. It was literally like an ocean overflowing. Then what size elephant would have entered into that ocean? It's not just one dinosaur. Maybe 1 billion dinosaurs put together. Something of that size, you imagine. How in the Hollywood movies they show huge animal walking on New York. And the whole New York looks very tiny under the nails and feet of that animal. Anaconda and all this. I think something of that size has entered into my ocean of emotion. My mother says she never remember me crying. I don't know when I took birth what I did. When I saw the Kailash, oh God, even if he is not having any shyness, even if he is so shameless to express his glory so visibly, physically on the stone, why should I be shy just to shed few tears? From that moment I lost all my shyness to express the extraordinary mystical glory and expression of mystical truths and mystical energies. It is not about the height of the hill, size of the hill. There are few hills immediately just opposite, taller than this hill. Actually, if you see this side of Manasarovar Kailash, this side of Manasarovar, Mandata Hills, where the Subramanya went and stood because he did not get the mangoes. It is not actually Parani Hills, it is originally that only. Later on, as a remembrance of that place, they created this Parani. Bogar went to China and saw the whole Kailash and remembered this story. Just as a memory of that story, he created Parani. Otherwise, how can small boy, just because he did not get a mango, come from all the way from there to here? Somebody asked me, maybe on his flight, peacock he came. No. When he left the Shiva, whatever was gifted by Shiva and Parvati, he left everything. Except the lion cloth, he left everything. He did not take any of his vehicles or peacock. He went by walk. So by walk, he can't cross more than Mandata Hills. Small boy. You should be very practical. So he stood there only. After Arunachala, first time in my life, I fell flat in front of Kailash. Exactly the place where I had the first darshan. Immediately I fell. And I was literally feeling that I may start rolling on the ground. But I did not do. Fortunately, my shoes were too big. So they were not allowing my body to roll on the ground. Otherwise, I would have started rolling on the ground. God's word is too small to describe Kailash. You have to find some other word. You should go with the master. That's the truth. Another one thing. Because we saw in Ashtapat we were sitting for 8 hours. What we did, nobody knows. We have not done anything, just sitting. We saw so many other groups, they come, they take photograph, spend 5 minutes, they get bored, even with God, and go back. I was telling our guys, yes, when you don't have a master, even with God, you will be bored in few minutes. First thing happened in me, because of Kailash, is all my shyness to express the extraordinary mystery in words and actions. The great extraordinary truths to express. My shyness has disappeared. 1 lakh. I am telling you just 1 lakh as a number I am not able to conceive. So I am telling 1 lakh. At least 1 lakh. Jivan Muktas sitting in Samadhi. I always thought around my Samadhi, Mahasamadhi there, at least 10,000 Jivan Muktas should be sitting in Samadhi and radiating. I even planned center my temple around 10,000 temples with the Jiva Samadhis of 10,000 Jivan Muktas at least. I even went to a place near Salem. Near Salem they have built a beautiful temple, Vinayaka Mission, Shivalayam. They have built, center a huge Shivalinga temple and then 1,008 Shivalingas temple they have built. I even went and studied the model, how it should be. Now then I am coming up with my own model. 10,000 temples with Shivalingas and the proper place inside. As per the Tirumular. Tirumular is a great Siddha who gives a clear science of how an enlightened master's Samadhi should be made. Jivan Mukta Samadhi should be made. A size 6 feet by 6 feet depth, and It should be 4 feet by 4 feet. He gives all the size and dimension and what should be filled and all that. So with all the gap, hole, everything will be ready. The moment they leave the body, remove the Shivalinga, put them inside, pack it and put the Shivalinga again, put the photograph over. Like this 10,000 Jiva Samadhis. Means 10,000 mirrors reflecting the cosmic sun. I used to think, wow, that is the way we should be sitting, radiating energy, so that whoever comes inside experiences an extraordinary spiritual awakening. Just not psychological transformation, chemical change, alchemical change in the brain should happen. When they enter the energy field, before they go out, the alchemical change should happen in the brain. I saw Mahadeva has done it with at least 1 lakh Jivan Muktas. And by his grace now I got the whole blueprint, how the whole thing should be done. Now the blueprint is ready. Actually I would have built the temple and went and sat, but I need 10,000 people first. That's why I am out. First let me create all these 10,000 Jivan Muktas and make them all sit one by one, so that they don't come out. Ensure that 10,000 Jivan Muktas are ready and the reflections are all proper, then I'll go and sit. So this will take at least 100 more years. Somebody asked me to sit, to put your physical body in the, around the master's physical body. What will you do? I'll say at least my 10 life I'll dedicate for that. Even if they say only 10 life, if you live around him, you will have the chance of physical body sitting next to his physical body. I'll choose that. I'll live 10 life and give up my 10 life just for that. Because I saw what a extraordinary living consciousness they are radiating. God. The moment I remember, my throat gets choked. All right. Today only teaser. Tomorrow I will start. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.